Good morning, everybody. Tonight we have another episode of the Longhouse, and I say good morning because I woke up from a nap. Tonight I have Mike and Joe from Hemp Wizard, and we have a story for you guys tonight, and we're going to talk about something that is a little heart teasing, I guess you could say. So I'm pretty much going to be giving these guys the floor to tell their story on what's going on, and I'm basically giving my platform to them for them to get their story out there. So,
All right. So anyway, first off, Dan, thank you for having us on.
Yes,
we
thank
certainly do appreciate it. I want to turn it over to Joe in just one moment because it's Joe's daughter, but I'm going to preface it real quick. Joe's daughter, he found out on March 27th that his daughter was diagnosed with a very rare and aggressive brain tumor. Um, the it's rare in the fact that what is it called, a DIPG tumor, and it's attached to the stem of her brain, so they can't even attempt to cut it off. If they did, it would just kill her instantly. It's rare as in about 300 cases of it total, so there's not a lot known about this type of tumor. At this point, all they can really do is radiation treatments, and it's not even like your normal chemotherapy or that type of radiation. Joe has to travel about 100 miles one way a day to take his daughter to these radiation treatments.
Yeah.
There's a couple of different clinical trials going on. There's always the upsides that they could have a breakthrough, but some of them have some major downsides, and it could make it spread even faster and be more aggressive. But I'm going to turn it over to Joe because he all of this.
uh-oh.
So my daughter Kaylee, she just turned 13 on the 31st of March, and like Mike said, on the 27th she found out that she had a brain tumor. Before the diagnosis, Kaylee was an extremely active and just a shining bright star, and she was always full of life, and she still is. But because of where the brain tumor is on the brain, on the spine, the
stem,
the stem of the brain, where all the nerves meet, and it's surrounded by brain. It starts to, as it grows, push on different parts of the brain, shutting down their body. The radiation is used to try to shrink the tumor in an attempt to bring back normalcy to their life
and slow the growth of it
and
as well.
slow the growth, and hopefully make it kill itself or die off. But it's the only treatment that's actually effective at the moment. And because of that, there's a lot of trials, like Mike said, for different therapies that try to keep the tumor from growing. But like Mike said also, that it is a rare tumor, and so there's not much research into it. But we have hope. We have faith, and she's tough. She has never complained about the situation. She speaks of the future, and she has a good outlook on it. And we just trying to just keep the faith and keep fighting and never give up. And so Mike, being the best friend that he is, and business partner and mentor, someone that I look up to, he took it upon himself because, as we know in the beard community, we do a lot of things for charity, and he did an amazing thing and got a bunch of support from a lot of companies, a lot of influencers, a lot of reviewers to put together.
Even the bands that we work
Yes,
with
the bands that we work
are
with.
chipping in stuff for the prize. I'll get into that more in a bit.
And he started a
Online benefit.
online benefit called Beards for Kaylee, to help make sure that she gets the care that she needs, and for that, I'm extremely indebted to you. Thank you.
You would do it for me.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be all right. Haley's gonna get through this. So,
If any of you,
anyway.
if any of you have any children of your own, like I told these guys, I have a 4-year-old daughter, and I can't even fathom what this guy feels.
So, as Joe was alluding to, Beards for Kaylee, it's an online benefit we're doing for Kaylee and the family because of the cost of this. I think we were talking off of before we came on. Today's the first day that Joe's been to work this week because of traveling for radiation treatments for Kaylee, and there's some other stuff going on as well. I'll leave that up to him if he wants to get into that. So we started talking to different people that we know, some of the company owners that I know. The first ones I reached out to are some of the ones from here in Florida that I know: Matt from Bay Area Beards, Reggie from Epic Beard Company, Vic from Miami Beard Company. These are guys that we met, some of them multiple times. Reggie from Epic lives in the same city we do. He actually just moved into the same residential neighborhood that me and Joe live in. So he was actually more than happy to donate. So was everybody. And I was like, I don't know a lot of the other owners of some of these companies, but I have talked to a lot of the reviewers, and I know they know a lot of the owners. So I got in contact with a lot of them, and all of them got in contact with different owners. And I think we're at like 36 companies right now that have that are donating to this.
It's pretty amazing.
And then, so we're going to have over 30 winners in the raffles, which is going to be really cool. And the grand prize drawing for the raffle, the final one, what we've put up ourselves, and a lot of the companies, they're all different. Some of them are combos. I know Vic from Miami, because we've met him multiple times in person. I believe he's doing 4 $25 gift cards for the raffles. And some companies are doing shirts along with the product. Some are just doing a combo. It doesn't matter. Anything that anybody's donating, we absolutely appreciate.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to feel really bad because I want to mention all of them, but I don't have my cheat sheet in front of me. But I know like Grindstone Grooming, Passport Grooming, Rockaholic, the Bearded Rack, Bearded Squirrel, Cervantes, White Oak Beard Supply, and I know I'm missing a ton of them, and I don't mean any disrespect towards them. I'm not going to be able to name them all off the top of my head without my cheat sheet. But
there's so many and so much support.
I see that question. I'll get back to what I'm saying. I'll address that. The 2 ways you can do, if you want to buy raffle tickets, our website is hempwizard.net. The raffle tickets, I couldn't figure out, website design is not my forte, but I couldn't figure out how to make it a non-taxable item. So there is tax on it, but I lowered the price. I think one of them goes slightly over what the price is by a little bit of change. What it was, I did the math wrong, but there's 3 different options on there for it. There's a single ticket is $5, 6 tickets is $25, and 15 tickets for $50. And that is at hempwizard.net. You can purchase the tickets that way. We'll be doing the drawings live on the 29th on YouTube. We're going to be on with Dagan on his channel at BGG Grooming to do the drawings. He offered to do that because I'm not computer savvy. Joe is a little bit, but he's got a lot on his plate. We're going to do it via our phones and have the raffle on that and just show it. Dagan's going to have it so it's pulled up on there and it'll be on the screen when the winners come up and everything. So we appreciate him for that.
But he's way more computer oriented than I barely know how to run this crap that I'm doing right now.
But the other way, if somebody just wanted to make a straight donation via either the two ways we're taking it is PayPal or Zelle, and email address is the same for both, which is awiseman7604@yahoo.com. So they can just make donations that way via Zelle or PayPal if they want with one of those. So anyway, what was I saying before that? I addressed the question. I was talking about something.
I think you were just telling everyone about all the support that we were receiving.
And the amount of support that we've had from not only so many companies, it's 36, I believe, is what it's up to now. 36 other companies have donated to it. Anybody that knows anything about us, a lot of what we do is we work with other people. We work with bands. We work with podcasts. We work with radio shows. We work with a TV network.
Yep.
So we've got a lot of the bands that we work with are donating merch packs, like Black Sasquatch, a band out of Ohio. They've donated 2 of their CDs. They're fully autographed, a bunch of stickers. They added in what's a pretty rare promo photo from when they very first started as a band, and a bunch of stuff like that. Another band called Dead Silent donated some T-shirts and like shot glasses and whatever else was in. I think there was like a pair of earrings with their logo on it, like a dog tag style necklace. They sent me.
Cool stuff.
I've got stuff coming in from other bands. I know Walking Corpse Syndrome has donated some stuff. So High, Audio Side, and some of the other bands that we're working with. We have, was it Jacked Up Leather Works or something, is donating a $300 gift card for custom leather work,
which is awesome,
for his shop that we're including in the grand prize. We've got, there's just so much stuff
so much support. We really appreciate it.
I was adding it up. The grand prize package total has a retail value of right around $1,000.
Wow.
Because we're doing 10 items of choice from our website, whatever 10 products you want, whether it's body lotions, because we do those, or our cleansing conditioner, our beard oils. And we're also going to throw in a T-shirt. It may not be the right size. I think we're sold down to one size right now. And I'm not going to get another order in before we draw that, but I believe it's an extra large. The bands that have sent shirts, the size is what it is. I can't change that. But you know, our stuff alone is right around $250 worth of value, and then all the other stuff is adding up to close to $750. So it's going to be about $1,000 package for the grand prize winner. Mike, thank you.
So everybody, that it's not just beard product stuff that is in this raffle. There's multiple other things in it. And especially the band stuff. I think the band stuff is really cool. I was listening to Walking Corpse Syndrome earlier today, actually.
Nice.
I saw your post you made for this, or one of them, and you had one of their songs playing in it. One of their older songs. It was The Individualist, if I recall correctly. Sorry, I geek out over music. In the early 90s.
It's the same for me. Unfortunately, that CD isn't on YouTube right now, so I couldn't actually listen to it in the car. So I had to listen to the Human Delusion.
Yeah.
Instead,
they just took that CD off of all their streaming services
That's why.
Just because they feel that they've evolved as a band in the way the algorithms worked, and they feel that they've changed a lot since their early album, that they want it to be a more fair representation of who they are today.
Oh, but that CD is so good, though.
It is. It is. And that's the only thing by them I don't have a hard copy of, and they don't even. I think a couple of them have a hard copy for their personal collection. That one is so hard to find. They actually had two before that they never had on the streaming services. I have hard copies of those ones, but I can't get it of the one that I want.
That song, "The Individualist," is like, I love that song.
That's
an amazing song.
I mean, the chorus of it, "Fall in the line you were born to follow."
Never to lead.
Never dominated.
You're destined to be dominated. Yep.
Yeah. Have you heard their new song? They just released like 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Threat.
It's called Threat.
Yep. I was listening to that today.
Yeah, that song. From being a musician myself, from a technical aspect, that song is technically sound.
Yes. I haven't really paid much attention to the comments tonight because I said I have basically given the floor to these guys for what their cause is. Hey to everybody that showed up tonight. I've definitely appreciate everybody. Ashley, we all would love to, yes. But unfortunately, probably not going to be a good idea. But, I got the amount of people that are in here that have showed up. You're all appreciated. I'll try to get comments as they come up. Everybody has been given condolences, and I don't know. Have you guys been able to see the comments, or can you only see them when I bring them up?
But with the way that you stream it, we can't. Only the ones that you bring up on screen. Yeah. You got your phone. You could actually turn the volume all the way down, or we'll get an echo. It's on YouTube.
Yeah, if you guys want to be able to read the comments, I'll pull them up as they go. Like I said, I just been listening to their story because I don't know a whole lot about these guys at Hemp Wizard. I have a couple of their products, but I really haven't delved too far into them. I don't know Mike or Joe all that well, so I'm learning just along with everybody else.
I think we've only had a few brief interactions back and forth before, but then when I reached out to you about the possibility of coming on and how, you were already booked up and you got some stuff shuffled around so we could talk about this before the drawings. And
thank you.
Much love and respect, man. Honestly.
When you told me what was going on, I had no problem doing it. No problem with it whatsoever.
But yeah, we certainly, you and everybody else, all the other influencers that have helped us out, Dagan from BGG Grooming, Steven, that metal guy, Steven, the bearded chief, Ken, the bearded accountant, Kevin, blue collar bearded. I'm going to throw Drew out there too, Kentucky Beardsman. I know there's people that don't like him, but he's been very helpful through this. So if you don't like him, sorry. He's been good to us through this. And I've talked to him a decent amount, and I have no issues with him. I can see how people do, but
hey,
I don't
whatever
politics of the beard community. It's just, it is what it is.
It's the beard community, and people's interactions between other people is their business.
Exactly. Not just in the beard community, but general in life. We always treat everybody with respect that we deal with until they give us a reason not to. And, sometimes you do have to be that way, but Hemp Wizard are underrated. I only got a few, but or one beer. Thank you.
Thank you.
He's an awesome dude. He posts our stuff a lot.
I want to say thank you to everybody who said they were going to pray for us.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that comment.
And give
It looks
condolences.
terrible today. I've been here at the shop for 8 hours already today.
I appreciate that, Garrett. Usually when it comes to certain things, I can be a pretty nice guy if I want to be.
Now, one other thing I'm going to bring up real quick. On one of the other things, we're on with Chris and Billy, the Bearded Sinners, on their podcast last Sunday. And as we were going back and forth, it got kicked around, and we've committed to the idea if we end up raising $5,000 through this, then I'm going to shave my beard off. Not with a razor. I'm going to do it with clippers because I can't bring myself to use a razor. But if we raise $5,000,
which is a huge sacrifice for
Look at that
Hey,
thing. That would be a huge sacrifice if you get to that point. I mean,
it's about 18 inches right now at this point in length. I know there's a lot that are longer, but not many are about out that far.
yeah, it might be. It's long, but it's also way the hell out here and everything.
But if we do reach that amount, I already have a plan. Wigs for kids. We'll accept beard hair. It just has to be over 10 inches long. It has to be cut off a certain way. So I would have to go have it done, but then it would go for another good cause at least.
That'd be awesome.
So
That's true.
And it'll grow back.
DJ, I appreciate you coming in tonight. This is my brother. And the Ashley said that the boobies is the I guess I would call her his wife, but me, my brother, and then a guy named Jake, we all farm together. So, and Ashley is Jake's girlfriend, wife. They've been together long enough to be called husband and wife, I guess you could say. So they came in here to troll me, and yeah, assholes.
So, you got anything else to add, Joe?
Just I can't express the gratitude I have for everyone that, you know, even just says, you know, I'm sorry. But the biggest thing is just if you pray, just say a prayer for her, or just speak a kind word. We need a miracle, and you know,
like on most of the posts that I've made about it, you know, always said we understand that not everybody can contribute monetarily, but anyone, regardless of what type of religion they are, can say a prayer in that religion or just send some good vibes. And also sharing of the post that does more. That does a lot of help alone in itself. You never know if enough people share it where it can reach and what could happen.
Yeah, just spreading the word.
Yeah,
that can go a long way. I'm fucking horrible at it. I barely go on social media that much to even share my own stuff, let alone anybody else's. So, but yeah, I know some of you guys on here, you guys are sharing all sorts of shit all day. Go check out Hemp Wizards page. They've got all the info you need to donate to this raffle or participate in any way. Check out the story that this pertains to and learn about what's going on. And if you can, just hit that share button.
Yes.
So
thank you.
But yeah, we got a few other things I can't get into too much. I can allude to them a little bit. We're working on an in-person benefit down here in Florida around July 3rd and 4th. We're working with the venue right now trying to make it happen. But we're looking to, there's a spot down here right where we live. There's 4 places side by side, 2 are across the street. We're working on the permits to get the street shut down, have a stage brought in, and I can't say who's headlining yet. And it's not my style of music because I'm a metalhead, but it's a pretty big name in country music.
Oh,
Really big name in country music.
oh,
And,
country music. Oh,
yeah,
oh, for the cause, for the cause, for the cause.
for the cause, and for them to be willing to waive their fees and everything else, and to come play this, as long as we can get it squared away with the permits and everything, is pretty amazing. Then it should have a big turnout. What's going on, Harry? That's an awesome dude right there. Super cool guy. But yeah, we're working on that as well. Basically, we're trying to do everything we can to make sure Kaylee's getting taken care of. I mean, luckily, you know, because of laws, and we made sure Joe got all the paperwork to fill out, so when he misses work, it's not going to, he's not in jeopardy of losing his job.
Yeah.
Right,
But
yeah.
when he's out, you get what, about 60% of your pay? Don't get anything
Nothing
from
at
it.
all.
So, you know, this is the first day he's worked this week. You know, and driving back and forth 100 miles each way to Radiation, you know, having to make stops because, you know, it's a 2-hour drive there, 2-hour drive back, couple hours there, you know.
And then I can't leave her alone, obviously. And then my wife, she's a petite girl, so she needs me there to help bathe Kaylee. We have to bathe her together. She has to be, I'm sorry, supervised when she's eating to make sure she doesn't choke. And so it's hard to leave and leave my wife with that, you know, responsibility by herself. So I'm not able to come to work like, you know, normally. And so until a hybrid schedule or in Radiation done, you know, I can't make money right now. Thankfully, my wife has a good job and she's able to help. But Kaylee needs full-time care at the moment.
Man, shit. I know when my dad got sick, my sister was his live-in care for over a year.
Yeah.
She didn't work. She didn't any of that. She took care of his every need. So the
only reason why I'm here today is because she's with her grandmother and her uncle. They took her to treatment today, and they spent the day with her, and they're going to spend, you know, a good portion of tomorrow with her as well, so that, you know, she sees her whole family. But you know, usually I can't, you know, I can't go to work. So when I do get the opportunity, I try to, because I want to show, you know, the company that, you know, if I can, I'll be here. But they've been really helpful with everything, understanding and letting me do what I have to do to take care of her. So I appreciate, you know, that from the company that we work for a lot.
How are you taking care of yourself though too?
Trying to make sure I get enough sleep. Because I worry, you know, that something's going to happen during the night, but I try to, you know, go to bed early enough that if I wake up early in the morning, because I'm worried, I go check on her, that, you know, I still have, you know, enough sleep, that we're driving safe every day.
Right.
And I've just been been trying to keep positive, trying not to dwell on the bad things, but look for the best things in a situation. You know, me and my daughter really have bonded, obviously, because of this situation, and it's been really an amazing as well as a saddening situation because you know we just got closer, and I helped her get out of a bad situation. Unfortunately, this had to happen for us to find out about it, but she's gonna be safe now, and that's all that matters.
Right. Yeah.
What Joe's alluding to there, and you can tell me to shut up at any time, Joe. I don't want to throw your personal business out there. But he found out like the day that Kaylee had to go to the emergency room because she was kept falling because the tumor was making her lose her balance. That day, a little bit before that happened, her stepfather was yelling at her, smacked a candy bar out of her hand, and told her to pick it up. And she was like, "But I didn't make the mess." And he grabbed the back of her head and slammed it down into the fucking candy bar on the floor. And Joe's just now starting to find this stuff out and other things about her mother and living situations there. And so Joe now has Kaylee at his house full time. He's been through all. They still have to have a court date, but he's been down to the courthouse. He's been to the sheriff's department. Him and Kaylee's mother have had to go down to DCF, and because Joe went and got Kaylee, and he talked to the sheriff's department, like, we can't come and take her without a court order. And so Joe's been following all the proper procedures, and they were at DCF yesterday.
Yeah.
And after they talked to both Joe, Kaylee's mother, and then after they talked to Kaylee herself, they come out and they said to him, "Dad, take your daughter home with you." And until it goes to court. Yeah. So DCF has relinquished Kaylee over to Joe and his wife's.
Yeah, they did the right thing.
Custody right now because of the way it was going through there. So
Kaylee saved herself. She saved hopefully her sisters. It was a bad situation, and nobody in her family knew because her parents. Well, I don't even want to call them parents, but they alienated Kaylee from the rest of her family because they knew eventually she would speak out. And the saddest part is when her mother had to be Baker acted because she had a psychiatric episode. That's when Kaylee felt that she had the opportunity to escape. So that's when she told her grandma that she wanted to go live with her dad.
Oh man.
Feel safe until that moment.
Good for you for keeping your cool, man, because I'd be on my way to prison.
No, I want to.
As soon as he told me that, I had to have a talk with him. Like, I know what you want to do. Don't do it, because if you do, it's not going to be good for Kaylee right now.
Yeah, that's the only reason why, believe me. Because I got to be for her and her sister and her brother and my wife. But I want to. I can't say the things I want to do on here.
I think everybody knows what you want to do.
Oh yeah, I think I'm right there with you. Like I said, I'd have been going to fucking prison.
Yeah.
But everything that we've been talking about, that's why we're doing the benefit for Beards for Kaylee, because it is a very taxing time, not only on Kaylee but on the entire family, not just monetarily but mentally as well.
Oh, yeah.
And right now, Kaylee needs a miracle, and we believe one will happen.
We do. I have faith.
And it's going to happen, and I am going to do 100% everything I can to help you out as much as I possibly can.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Fuck. I don't even know. I don't even have words. I don't know.
Yeah. Usually when we're on with people, and it's so weird because usually, we're both very happy-go-lucky type of guys. We
Like to joke.
we love to joke around. We throw out all kinds of one-liners, but the last week and a half, that everything we've been on, it kind of hasn't been that way. But
Yeah, no, it's in this type of situation, it's really hard to joke and be yourself.
For sure.
But and we're really so grateful to everybody, everybody in the beard community, all the owners of the companies that have contributed, all the bands, all the other companies and stuff that have contributed, the people that have the beard clubs that have helped out, anybody that has shared it, anybody that has done anything to show any support, whether it's made a donation or bought a raffle ticket or
just said a prayer,
or simply just shared any of the posts or anything to help get the word out. We're extremely grateful for that.
Everybody in the chat, if you want to know more about this, go to Hemp Wizards Instagram page. If you don't have Instagram, say something on here. We'll figure out another way for you to find out. Go and check out the story. Go and read what's going on. Go and figure out anything you can do for the raffle, whether it be donate, whether it can be participating, whether it can be sharing it out, simply as you can do that. That's just as free as anything else. So say something if you don't have Instagram. Otherwise, go check out Instagram and check out Hemp Wizards posts about this. Beards for Kaylee. You can see all the beard care companies that have donated to this. Do you guys have a list of any of the other, like the bands or any of that other stuff? Do you have a list of those that have donated or that are participating in this?
A lot of them are on the flyer. There's some companies missing off of the flyer. And I plan on updating that this weekend sometime. I have an event tomorrow. It's an annual event that we do every year. Joe's not going to make it with me. This is the first one he's going to miss. Had a buddy of mine lined up to help, but he got into a car accident and he's not going to be able to come. But luckily, another good friend of ours stepped up and is going to go help me out with the event tomorrow, because setting up for all that is more than a one-person job. It's going to be tough being there because like 99% of the events we always do together. But we had been committed to this one for a year, from the beginning. from the beginning of the first annual of the thing. We've been part of it every year, and they plan a big part of it around us at this event. So I have to go to it at least. Luckily, we have help, but we're not here to talk about that. I go off on. He does.
Hey, sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's a distraction.
Yeah, absolutely. Can I mention one other thing that has nothing to do with this? In August, we're hosting a charity event in the state of Ohio, in the city of Newark, Ohio, to be more specifically. We're having a beard competition. There's 10 categories. We have a lot of different people involved with it. We have a podcast coming in from Seattle for it. We have 5 bands playing at it. It's going to be a rock/metal show / beard contest, and it's all going to go for the Cooper and Thomas Animal Rescue. We're doing that in August in the state of Ohio. So if you look us up on Instagram, I haven't posted a whole lot about it yet, but there'll be posts coming up as it gets a little closer for people like to go to beard competitions and help out stuff. And of course, you're going to see a lot of it's so weird because I'm trying to find that balance of posting about Beards for Kaylee and still continuing on as a business and making post about some of the new things we have coming at the same time, and it's
I'm sure it's difficult to juggle.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah, it definitely. It's thrown a little wrench into our program that we have because aside from here the machine shop where we work, even within just Hemp Wizard, having Joe not be able to help as much right now, but that's fine. I don't care about that. I can handle the workload, but it just makes it a little bit hectic with things.
Right. Yeah. A little more on your plate than what you normally
Yeah.
have.
And on top of all that, trying to juggle everything from my personal life to helping Joe out to everything that's going on with Beards for Kaylee, running a business. I'm a father as well.
So you sleep like maybe an hour a night and maybe eat when you can throw something down quick?
3.5 to 4 hours a night is about what I get.
Yeah.
But that's me. That's what I do. And if it means putting in some extra time to help this guy out, I'm certainly doing that.
I appreciate that.
How many events do you guys do a year? Would you say
35, 40?
Yeah.
About 35, 40.
Are those all like charity types, or is it
90% of them are charity events.
holy shit?
I'll put it this way. Last year, and this isn't us solely, but last year we helped raise over $50,000 to house homeless veterans.
Wow.
We get very involved with charity events.
Obviously.
It's something it's something we're very passionate about. Usually at most of the charity events, we're there. We get to set up and have a booth, and we hope to break even for the day as far as our expenses. Like, all right, we paid for our gas here and we bought lunch today. That's cool for us. We did these other things, and because when we host beard comps, I was talking about the one that we're doing in Ohio. We're having 5 bands play and a 10 category beard comp. The last one we did at a brewery. Not only did we have a beard competition, we had a chugging contest, we had a cornhole tournament, and we had other things going on. We like to try to have more than just the beard competition when we do them, to have different things for people to have fun, and also more ways to raise money for the charities. Because there was fees to enter the beer chugging competition, there was fees to enter the cornhole competition, and there was prizes for all of the stuff as well. But we try to make it more fun. That way, more people can also get involved. You don't have to have a beard to get involved. You could play cornhole or join the chugging contest or what other things we do. So we do try to get creative with the fundraisers and charity events that we do for everything.
Absolutely.
It's something, both of us are very passionate about. Online benefits is something completely new to me. Like we discussed earlier, I'm not the most technologically
savvy.
Yeah. But I know enough how to make posts on social media, and I know enough that I have one of those personalities that anybody that reaches out to me, I talk to them, and I don't care. And we've made enough connections with all the different avenues that we go through that we're able to make this out. Share it out. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Mark. The shares, we love the shares because it helps spread the word. And hey, Donnie, that's tomorrow, Donnie. By the way, he's talking about the event that I'll be at tomorrow, the Canna Cider Fest. Donnie came down last year and was one of our judges for the beard competition we did at it.
Yep.
You let this dickhead judge fucking beards?
We let him judge beards. With his mullet and all.
Yeah, his outfit was legendary.
We even had a mullet off because one of the contestants had a
mullet
to rival Donnie's. Oh shit! Something caught my throat.
You all right?
Yeah, but yeah, no, we've met Donnie a few times because he lives down here in Florida as well.
Yep.
Probably about 90 miles from us or so.
Something like that.
Something like that. Super cool guy for sure.
Oh yeah, I've definitely I've only been known him through this stuff, but it's been a little over a year, and he's always a hoot to hang out with and bullshit with.
I don't care. He can have his name as Donnie Danga or whatever it is. He's always going to be white trash Donnie to me.
White trash Donnie. Exactly. It will always be white trash Donnie.
Yeah. I know he's trying to shed that image and he's doing something different, but to me, it's always going to be white trash Donnie.
Always. It will always. It
What was awesome? What was awesome? I was watching his podcast or whatever you want to call it. I just call them all podcasts. But I was watching it one day and he was actually interviewing one of the bands that we work with, and I'm like, that's fucking awesome. I didn't even know they were on with him, but I'm like, that's fucking awesome right there.
Yeah, he's definitely branched out from.
Yeah.
I remember when he was just doing beard stuff, he started his own little beard company that he had going, everything. And then all of a sudden he was like, you know what? Fuck this beard stuff. I'm going into music. And now he's got all that going for him.
Yeah. And that's pretty awesome. I mean, obviously I love what he's doing because, he's still into beard stuff, but obviously we are, but also, I'm into fucking music as well. Something a lot of people don't know about me. The summer of 1996, which only means that I'm fucking old at this point. But summer of 1996, I actually toured the country playing music and made an appearance on the Conan O'Brien show.
Oh wow! What type were you playing metal at the time?
Then it was kind of like a grungy hard rock incorporated into the sound that was popular at the time.
What was the name of the band?
I'm going to give the next name of it. They eventually changed the name to Jackass. The name before that was much more offensive, and I'm not going to And that was long before the Jackass TV show. That was back in the 90s. So they stole it from they stole it from us.
Well,
I think in 96, I was 9 years old. If that don't make you feel old.
I just turned 50 a few weeks ago. So I'm getting up there. There you go. Because you're in the metal, you might... Like when I was in college, one of the bands I was in, we got the opportunity. We got to open up for Pantera.
Oh man! So you got to meet Phil and Dimebag and all them.
But I tell you what was awesome about Daryl, because I've opened up for enough bands. You don't always get to meet the headlining band. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. But I'm a college kid at the time, and we're backstage, and there's Dimebag Daryl, and we're just like, okay, and we're literally like fanboying out, and he comes over and he just starts asking us all a bunch of questions about us. And I really believe he just wanted us to enjoy that moment because he knew that was a big moment for us right then to have the opportunity to open up for them like that. So I think that was really awesome. Here's another little fun. It was definitely not the same show, but it was the same venue where he got killed at. The Alarosa Village in Ohio.
The irony.
Yeah.
Man.
I went to college at Ohio State in Columbus, Ohio. I grew up in Ohio, so. But yeah, that was where I got to open up for. Was the same exact place where he got killed.
That's terrible.
I'm just glad it wasn't the same show. That was
right.
Yeah, right. Because I didn't get to see Pantera, but I got to see Down, the one that Phil and Benny were in.
Was it Pepper from Corrosion of Conformity and whoever else it was with I know there was a couple of other guys with them.
The guitarist, I think, from Crowbar. was with
Okay.
them too.
All right.
I saw that. I got to go see that when I was 12. That was
Oh.
awesome.
Again, I'll tell you how old I am. The first time I ever heard the band Metallica, I was 13 years old. I have a brother that's 6 years older than me. Him and a couple of his friends were going to go see Ozzy Osbourne. And one of them had to cancel at the last minute. So they're like, come on, you're coming with us. I'm like, okay. And that was 1986.
Before I was
And
born.
before you were born.
Yeah.
Jesus
That
Christ.
was before
Joe.
I was born.
But it was 1986. I was 13 years old. And the band opening up for Ozzy Osbourne on his tour was Metallica. And still playing bass for him at that time was Cliff Burton. It was a few months before he passed.
Yeah.
So I actually got to see him play, which
That's pretty sick.
was a big influence on teaching me how to play music, because I think really like Master of Puppets, Ride the Lightning, and Kill 'Em All is what kind of really taught me how to play music.
The first time I ever heard Metallica was, of course, Enter Sandman and Sad But True off the Black Album. And then I went back and I started from Kill 'Em All and started going up. And then once I got past the Black Album, I went, all the good shit was prior to when I first heard them.
Yeah.
Everything else is horrible.
Have you heard their newest stuff they just put out? I haven't. I
Nope.
haven't even attempted to listen to it, but I've had a couple of people. It's better than what they've been putting out. I'm like, I don't know. I just can't bring myself to do it.
Thanks for
Thank you very
stopping
much.
in, Joe.
Thanks, sir.
I just stopped in to say hey for a little bit, man.
But so yeah, that's what we have going on with Beards for Kaylee. So any support of any type is definitely great. You know,
Really appreciate it.
yeah.
Any support of any type. I mean, even purchasing some products from Hemp Wizard.
Yeah.
That supports just as much.
I can say this. I'll be sending it out to be printed off this weekend. I almost always have a cent or two in my back pocket for when the time arises to release them. And one of them that I have is going to be, we're doing it in just the beard oil and in our body lotions. We're calling the scent Kaylee's Dream.
Okay.
Probably be available in about a month, maybe a little bit less. I got to send the labels off, get them back first, and get to work on it. But I already have the scent profile down, so once I get the labels and stuff, it won't be anything to get it started. But it's going to be called Kaylee's Dream, and 100% of the profits of that is going to go to Kaylee and the family.
A nice dedication.
Absolutely.
It's the least I can do for this guy.
Thank you, Mike.
The least on top of everything else that you've been doing for him.
This guy would do the same exact thing for me. I know he would.
Yeah.
So,
well, like I said, you guys are basically brothers. I mean,
yeah.
you see each other more than you see wives and your own kids sometimes. So
I actually tell his son all the time that I'm the son that he wishes he always had, even though his son's this big muscle-bound kid that
my son he looks like he belongs on the cover of GQ.
Yeah.
He's like this massive kid. He lives in the gym. His biceps are bigger than my calves. He's just like this big kid, very well built, good looking kid. Has like a short, very neatly trimmed beard. And Joe's always like, yeah. So when I'm around my son Thomas and Joe, I always call Joe the good son.
Yeah. It's funny. It's funny.
yeah, Ray, from what I'm learning tonight, then not many people will do this type of stuff, even for people they call good friends.
Yeah.
And you have, in my experience, I've had people tell me that they're a good friend and they'll still stab me in the back or barely lift a finger for you. So what these two guys have is very rare nowadays.
For sure.
Yeah, like we said earlier, we literally do see each other more than we do our own wives and stuff. We're here 40 hours a week, sometimes more. Together we
drive together.
We drive together because we live a mile apart, and then we're together on the weekends out at our events. The 40 or so weekends a year we spend together. Even a few of the ones that we don't have events, we still get together and watch like UFC fights or something. Yeah, because we also have a YouTube channel that we do strain reviews on, as well as other stuff. So we spend time together filming those things as well. So
you guys not ever get sick of each other?
No.
He gets sick of me. Here's a little bit of behind the scenes about Hemp Wizard. Joe and I, with our senses of humor, are right on par with each other. But our idea of doing things for Hemp Wizard, Joe's over here, I'm over here.
Yeah. But
I have these larger than life ideas. This is what the fuck we're doing. I don't care. This is what we're doing. And 90% of the time we do it.
Yeah.
Every now and again, I'll let them talk me out of something, but
I have to try to be somewhat down to earth, or there'll be some crazy stuff going on. Someone has to reel them in just a little bit.
Yeah, Weatherbeard, we do about right around 40 every year.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the year, Thanksgiving, Christmas time, we don't do too many around then.
Yeah. Certain holidays, obviously.
But we're down here in Florida. It's nice out year round. There's always something going on. And with the way we market ourselves, between working with the bands, different podcasts, we use the terpenes in our products. So we fit into the cannabis community. And it's South Florida. There's something going on every weekend here.
Yeah.
And
pirates like us, bikers like us.
We went to pirate festivals before.
Punk rock shows, rock shows,
metal shows,
festivals.
You name it. We're going to go set up a biker events. It doesn't matter. Yeah. We've been to hip hop events. And that's definitely not my wheelhouse there. But we still go. Our product. We feel anybody that has. You don't even have to have a beard. If you have
to have skin.
You have to have skin, and you have a use for some of our products.
Absolutely.
I'm going to acknowledge Donnie here. Donnie, this isn't going to happen. There will be no Farmville videos for you. I might do a live or two like I did last summer or last fall. I might do a live or two while I'm in the tractor, but I'm not doing. I know Russ has this grand idea that I should get a GoPro and have that running and broadcast the whole time I'm in there. But who wants to watch me go back and forth for 9 to 10 hours a day in a field? Nobody.
But anyway, Dan, I know we're probably around that hour mark. I just want to say thank you for having us on. We really do appreciate it. I'd actually love to come back on with you some other time in the future on a more positive type of thing. And
absolutely.
Be able to come back and have a little bit more fun than what we did today. But this is,
of course, everybody that I always am always willing to have anybody and everybody that wants to come on here multiple times if need be. I'm here for the long run on the Longhouse, and sometimes it's better to have another show where it's a little more positive, not as sad.
I feel kind of bad sometimes over the past couple of weeks, just because we try to be. Anybody that knows me knows I'm pretty much super positive all the time. some of the people that work here with us hate me because everybody asks me, "Hey, Mike, how you doing today?" I'm spectacular. Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Glorious day.
It's a glorious day. I believe in being positive and having fun, and but sometimes there's things that situations like this that we
have to ask help.
Can you read that?
80% of it go to Kate. Yeah.
The raffle tickets 100% go to Kaylee.
The raffle tickets 100% go to Kaylee. We're going to have a set in a few weeks where 100% of the profits go to Kaylee. It's going to be called Kaylee's Dream. So we have that. Once we get off here, I'm headed home for the night. I'll send you the pictures of the labels, Dan, so you can see what we're doing with it.
All right. Yeah, I'm sure it's a work in progress, and it's not something you're going to take lightly. So,
I tell you what, Garrett, if you want to buy products and you want it to go to Kaylee, it doesn't matter what it is. I'll even give you a discount code, 20 off 20OFF. Put in the notes that I said all that money, whatever you buy, it's going to go to Kaylee, and I will make sure that happens.
Thank you, Mike.
There you go, Garrett. Find Hemp Wizard on IG if you need to get a hold of him for any more specifics on that, like what he just said. If you didn't catch it, just reach out to him and say, hey, this is what I was planning on doing, and he'll make it work for you.
All right, Dan. Well, again, thank you for having us on.
Yes,
we really do appreciate it. And we should talk more often.
Yes.
We really should. And
Yeah.
I'm not talking about like this, but just, for sure. You're a damn good dude. I imagine we're going to have a lot in common. You're a metalhead. I'm a metalhead. So.
You got a hell of a lot better beard than I do, though.
Yours looks pretty glorious. Yours looks pretty glorious.
But yes, I appreciate you reaching out to me and wanting to come on, sharing this story with me. I don't have an exact relation, but I can relate to the situation Joe is in, and I feel for him. I really do. That was a big spark on why I was like, yep, I will move shit around. I will do what I need to get this done.
Thank you.
So on that note, everybody, thank you for everybody that came to hang out tonight and hear the story about Hemp Wizard, about Kaylee. To reiterate one more time, if you want to know more about the story, if you have Instagram, go find Hemp Wizard. Find the posts about Beards for Kaylee. Read the story. You can see who all is involved with it. You can see how to purchase raffle tickets. You can see how to donate and do something, whether it's purchasing, donating, or even just sharing the posts. You can even Google it, I'm sure. I know somebody said earlier you can Google it even and it'll come up. So thank you for everybody hanging out.
That's awesome.
Yes.
So until the next episode of the Longhouse, I appreciate everybody coming to hang out tonight and hearing the story. So until the next one, see y'all later.